I think that it's the one thing you can do in life that is really never wrong, because it's your interpretation. There's so many things in life nowadays that, no, you can't do it that way, or no, you have to do it that way. But if I want to draw an apple and make it square, you know, Picasso gave women 3 breasts and 2 noses, so look where it got him. My mom was very creative and crafty, and I think I got it from her, but elementary school I had a fabulous art teacher, Mr. Jansen, that was way ahead of his time, and that kind of started it. When I paint, I use acrylics. I use regular craft, really good craft acrylics. I like my Annie Sloan paints, my chalk paints. They make great paints to use for my acrylic paintings, but mostly water-based paints. I'll water them down and use them like watercolors, although I love the other mediums. I love watercolors, I love oils. I sew, I love sewing. I love just the sound of the sewing machine running. I'm a fabric hoarder. I love fabric. Knitting, I love yarn. I love all that tactile stuff. Everything that feels good to you, love that. Vintage lace and linen, I love repurposing things. It's called altered couture, when you take an old 1950s outdated sundress and turn it into a fabulous apron, you know, by cutting it up and adding things, and I really enjoy doing that. I used to do a lot of my things that I would create and just give them to friends, and then I started an Etsy shop, which is a big online handmade store, and I had an Etsy shop and sold things around the world, mostly sewn and knitted things, aprons, scarves that I had knitted, things like that. And then that progressed to having a booth at the Fox Den Antiques Mall here in town, which was fabulous exposure. And that progressed to having 2 booths, because then I took on chalk paint by Annie Sloan, and that just took off like crazy and has been extremely popular. And then I outgrew those 2 little spaces, and I got a phone call one day saying, I'm a realtor and I understand you have outgrown your booths. And since I hadn't been looking for a place, I didn't know how she had heard that, but she brought me here, and I fell in love with this space, love the idea of being on Main Street in Old Town Warrenton. I mean, it's just fabulous. I want people to come in and say, oh my gosh, I want to live here, this is fabulous. And luckily for us, we've had people say that. I work pretty fast when I paint. It doesn't take me very long. I very rarely start something and then, you know, wait and finish it a week later. Usually I finish it. And when you're done, I mean, you just pick up the piece and look at it. It's like, oh my gosh, I did that. That's pretty cool.